নমস্কার বন্ধুরা, আপনারা দেখছেন এবিপি লাইভ অলিম্পিক্স, দ্য গ্রেটেস্ট শো অন আর্থ। আমি সন্দীপ সরকার আজ ভারতীয় টেনিসের সম্ভাবনা নিয়ে আড্ডা দেব সোমদেব দেববর্মনের সঙ্গে। সোমদেব, ওয়েলকাম টু এবিপি লাইভ।
Thank you, Sandeep.
As we know that Sania Mirza, Ankita Raina and Sumit Nagal, they are going to represent India in Olympics. So how are you seeing their medal chances?
I mean, honestly, it's going to be pretty hard. You know, I don't think that. I think it's fair to say that none of them are favorites. Sumit obviously just got in last week in the last minute. For him, it's come as a surprise, but also, you know, it's on hard courts, it's on fast hard courts. He's much better on clay. But regardless, just based on the fields, you know, the strength of the field in the men's game, I don't think I don't think he's the favorite by any means. So if he wins a couple rounds, I think that'll be a good accomplishment. And with Sania and Ankita, I think you know, again, Sania has had a lot of success in women's doubles, but you know, most of her success has come alongside Martina Hingis. You know, I think it's going to be very different this time around. That being said, her and Ankita have obviously had a fair amount of success while representing India in the Fed Cup. You know, they did really well while making it to the World Group playoffs for the first time just last year. So they have played together, they've played big matches together, but the Olympics is going to be slightly different.
Sania is making a comeback after a few months layoff. So how much pressure would be on her to perform?
No, I don't think Sania is going to be feeling pressure because she's probably just very happy that she's in the space that she is. You know, considering she's gone through what she has, she's now become a mother, she's starting to feel comfortable on the tour once again. And keeping in mind that Sania has dealt with more pressure than any of us can imagine. So it's not going to be pressure as much as it's going to be, you know, do they have the ability, do they have the game? And I don't think it's about the pressure as much right now. It's much more about, you know, is she match sharp, is she match fit, and how well are the two of them going to combine together when they play?
From a sportsman's point of view, how difficult is it to make a comeback and to deliver at the best platform?
I mean, coming back from injury is one of the hardest things that, you know, any sports person has to do. I've done it with my shoulder, and I know how hard, you know, that journey was to come back after surgery. And, you know, I can't even imagine what Sania has kind of had to go through as well. So, yeah, to come back from an injury, I mean, we've seen it with Roger, we've seen it with Rafa, we've seen it with so many players in the past, so many great champions. And, you know, Andy Murray right now, who's the two-time defending gold medalist at the Olympics, is now coming back after his hip, you know, surgery and stuff. So, yeah, coming back from surgery is one of the hardest things because, you know where your 100% lies. And at the same time, you know that you're still not quite there. So that becomes really hard, but, you know, to persevere and to kind of find the best version of yourself post-surgery is one of the hardest things. So, you know, it's not going to be easy for those that are coming back from injury.
Sania obviously used to be the number one in doubles in world, and she's playing in her fourth Olympics. On the other hand, Ankita is playing her first Olympics. So how are you seeing this combination?
Well, I think first thing is, you know, you have to kind of appreciate what Ankita Raina has done is, you know, she's got the trust and respect of Sania Mirza, and she's done that by being the best player in India for quite a few years now. You know, there's a reason that Sania has picked her. At the end of the day, Sania wants to win more than anything else. And so she believes that her best chances lie with Ankita. You know, you can't ignore the fact that Ankita is not as experienced as Sania. She's not as accomplished either. But it comes down to one day, and, you know, the girls got game. The girls got a lot of fight and heart. And with the experience of Sania and the two of them together, who knows what can happen. So
Sumit qualified at the very last moment. So is it going to affect his preparation?
Yeah, undoubtedly it will, because, you know, he didn't expect this, and I don't think anybody in his coaching staff expected it either. So, you know, he's been in Germany playing on clay for the last, you know, 3 or 4 months pretty much, since before the French Open, and he even skipped Wimbledon to continue playing on the clay. So he hasn't been on a fast hard court. You know, it's not his favorite surface, just simply, again, based on his results and based on his game style. So for sure it's going to affect his preparation. Had he known he was going to be in the Olympics, and had he known that this was going to be a part of his schedule, I'm sure his training would have been slightly different. But the truth is that it wasn't until last week. And sometimes when these things happen, people do make the best of their opportunities as well, because they realize that they've gotten a good opportunity, a good shot that kind of come out of nowhere, and sometimes they make the best of these opportunities. So, I think for Sumit, he's probably realized that this is a once in a lifetime kind of chance, at least as of right now, and so I'm sure he considers himself lucky, and he's going to go out there hopefully all guns blazing and give it a shot. And as long as he fights hard and gives it a good run, I think all the Indians will be proud.
There were a lot of controversies over the last few days. A conflict broke between AITA, Sania Mirza and Rohan Bopanna. So what's your take?
Unfortunate, unnecessary. It didn't really need to happen. It didn't need to go down the way it did. See, the truth of the matter is that regardless of what happened, we were not really going to be able to send the men's doubles team, period. So I think where the miscommunication happened was, raising the hopes of the players, going out to the media and saying that we have a chance of sending another team with Sumit and Bopanna, as well as if that happens, then Rohan and Sania could get in. A lot of this stuff could have been easily avoided. From the perspective of a former Indian player, it's disappointing to see the way it turned out, because it could have easily been avoided.
বন্ধুরা, ইন্টারভিউয়ের মাঝপথে আপনাদের জানিয়ে রাখি যে সোমদেব কিন্তু খুব ভালো বাংলা বোঝেও, ত্রিপুরার ছেলে। তো আমরা ওকে কয়েকটা প্রশ্ন বাংলাতেও করতে চাইবো। সোমদেব, আপনি অলিম্পিক্সে খেলেছেন। অলিম্পিক্স কে বলা হয় দ্য গ্রেটেস্ট শো অফ আর্থ। তো অলিম্পিক্সে খেলা, দেশকে রিপ্রেজেন্ট করা, এটা কতটা বড় একটা, যে কোনো স্পোর্টসম্যানের কাছে এটা কত বড় একটা ব্যাপার?
I think it's the greatest honor. I remember when I was 7 years old to kind of watch the opening ceremony at the Barcelona Olympics was one of the most special things for me. So, to be able to represent your country in something like the Olympics as an athlete, to be a part of the Olympics, to be a part of the cream of the crop, the best athletes in the world all want to be at the Olympics. So just to have that opportunity, I think is a huge honor. It's a magical experience.
সোমদেব, শেষ প্রশ্ন, অলিম্পিক্সের আগে ভারতীয় টেনিস প্লেয়ারদের কি সাজেশন দেবেন আপনি?
Fight your hardest. At this point, nothing else really matters. As an audience that loves sport, whenever I see my people I'm supporting, as long as I see them fighting their hardest, giving their best, and leaving everything out there on the court, that's all you can ask for. Because after having played sport so many years myself, you understand that results are something that you can't control, but the effort and the way you approach the situation is certainly something that you can.
Somdev, thank you so much for speaking to ABP Live. Bhalo thakben.
Thank you, Sandeep. Thank you very much.